Anu, please don't cry.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Band Podcast. This is episode 9, month 10. I think you actually have to DM me that because I would probably get it wrong.
I get it wrong all the time anyway, so it's probably a good reminder that we actually do that maybe every time.
Yeah. So
But,
this is our second time filming this. I have no idea. New problems come out. They come out. New day, new problem. So
It's like typical Blue stream. We have technical difficulties like on a daily basis, so
I have no idea why there was such a strong mic bleed in the last episode. That's like never happened before. But hopefully it's not too bad this time. So anyways, we actually already recorded like an hour and a half worth of stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff, but I guess we can talk about it again. Maybe we'll have a new perspective on things, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that we have to say is, sorry the podcast is late. We were trying to, last month was pretty busy. We had the 12-hour stream. We'll get into that. And we also had a couple of things that we just work stuff and stuff like that. So sorry it's a little late, but let's get into it. So first thing, I think the biggest thing that happened last month was the 12-hour stream. So how was the 12-hour stream for you, Blue?
I mean, aside from the fact that the last 2 hours were pretty fucking tiring, and we were exhausted to the point where I think I was pretty unresponsive at the end. Like, I think we were playing Scribble, and I remember I could not, for some odd reason, someone was drawing home, I think, and I could not think of that word. So I think my brain was just out of there. But I mean, other than that, I did enjoy the rest of it, and I think, it went by pretty quickly. But I mean, it was a lot of fun, so.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, you're right, like that last Scribble sesh, I got my second wind, which is really nice. And I didn't feel too tired actually until I felt tired for about a solid 10 minutes, and then I was like reborn. So
I think once we started watching the Final Fantasy thing, what was it?
The producer letter?
Yeah. That's when we kind of realized, like, oh shit, we should not be watching this because I don't think we can last if we started watching it.
I mean, it was really interesting. We love it, but it was just after 11 hours of streaming or 10 hours of streaming, it's just not the kind of thing that you can just like chill. It's too chill.
Yeah.
But what was like the most like memorable thing of the 12-hour stream for you?
Bluest Awards.
Bluest Awards, yeah.
I mean, I think that's the one thing that I would hope to keep consistent, as in like every time, like we should decide like every 6 months or 1 year or whatever to redo it and try to get like, I guess, more awards in a sense. I think it was really fun and I think a lot of people enjoyed it. So I think it'll be really cool if we can continue that.
I want to make it clear here, we're not doing the most toxic award anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That award is gone.
Canceled. That was just a one-time thing.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I think what I really cared about the most and made me really happy was that because we have people from such all over the world, there was a good amount of people there for the whole time, and not to mention the people that were actually there the whole time, which is like amazing. Thank you guys so much. But the people that were actually, they would like come in shifts almost unintentionally, and so it was really fun to hang out with people that we normally don't hang out with, or like because our stream schedule our stream schedule changed once before, so it was really cool to like hang out with people that normally we can't hang out with, or like we'd hang out on Saturdays, we hang out on Sundays, or it was like everybody just kind of got together on that day, which was like, it was really, really fun.
I think that's what helped like the most regarding like keeping it 12 hours. Because if nobody was there for like an hour or two in the middle, I think it would have been really, really difficult for us to keep going, or with the pacing that we did do the 12-hour streaming. So, I mean, yeah, thanks to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's no doubt about it. Like, without them, without the people that were there hanging out with us, like, it would be, could you even imagine, right? So the next real question is, 24 hours. Blue, are you ready?
No, we're not doing 24 hours.
No 24 hours?
No, stop.
Why?
Because especially since at the level that we are at, as in, I mean, level, that's kind of a weird word to use, but in the current state that we are at, as in, we just started, but we're not even at 1 year yet, I mean, which is coming up, but still, we're still getting into the habit of, or the habit, or the, yeah, I guess habit
The
of
routine.
streaming, the routine, yeah, routine of streaming. So I think at this point, we wouldn't be able to deliver or give everyone a good 24-hour stream. I think at some point we would either get super tired and fall asleep, or we might need to take it in shifts. And if we do take it in shifts, then it would just be, it wouldn't really, I think it would be hard to do a bluest stream if the whole 24 hours is with either of us sleeping, which I think if we were to do a 24 hours, we would have to take shifts. But I think those shifts would have to be longer since we don't have like that routine down, and since we are still very, I mean, we still say it's new because it is still new to us, even though it has been 10 months. But I think it's still very, we have to focus a lot when we stream, and it does take a lot of energy and a lot of, I guess, brain power. Because we are very mindful of what we do and what we say on stream and what, like, the words we use as well. So
Sometimes I get out of control, but
yeah.
I think that's what I'm most proud about and not just for us, but for the whole community as Bluest, because Bluest is obviously just not us three anymore. Yes, I'm including Anu, but
Of course.
what's most, it was very much a Bluest stream for 12 hours because we do 3 hours a day and then we do 2 streams a day. The whole 12 hours, for most of it at least, was very Bluest. Like, there was not a moment where I thought, oh, this is just us trying to power through a 12-hour stream. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't zombie mode or anything like that. Like, it was very much a Bluest stream. And I don't know, it's very vague, but I feel like people that were there kind of would understand what I'm talking about. Like, it was, yeah, very Bluest, which is what I'm really proud of. And I completely agree with you. With our experience right now, if we do a 24-hour stream, we could probably pull it off. No, we could do it, but we wouldn't be able to pull it off. It wouldn't be a Bluest 24-hour stream. It would just be a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a 24-hour stream that people would be completely happy about. I think it would be a lot of things missing, I think. So
I think it also helped that one of the first, it was your first day, because we forgot to mention that we had to delay it a week, the 12-hour stream, because I got sick the week before, and Firefox
food poisoning.
What?
You got food poisoning.
Yeah, food poisoning. I still don't know what the hell. I'm blaming the ramen, blaming the ROM. Okay.
You need to stop eating that like super kotteri ramen.
It's so good. It's so good. But so I can't stop myself. But I won't eat it when we have important days.
Please.
Yeah. One of the things that happened, which was kind of a blessing, was that by me being sick, and I think Firefox mentioned this, was that Sekiro got released.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was your first playthrough of Sekiro.
Yeah.
Right. And that really helped. It really helped us because we were obviously very invested in the game. Now I bought the game for myself too, and I'm playing it. It's just been such a cool game for me. I feel like that really helped that we had Sekiro there.
Yeah, because originally we made a schedule before we did 12-hour stream because we wanted to have some kind of outline where we could follow it. And so we wouldn't get, like, I guess, not necessarily burnt out, but tired on stream because we didn't know what to do kind of thing. So we previously made a schedule, and I think we had games scheduled to be 2 hours at the beginning and then 2 hours at the end kind of thing. And that ended up being 4 hours at the beginning and 4 hours at Sekiro. So for sure that really helped make kind of set off the 12 hours with a good momentum.
For sure. And I want to talk about Sekiro later, but regarding that 24-hour stream thing, I think it's like um doing the 12-hour stream, something that we've never done, going into that 7th hour, going into that 5th or 6th hour that we've never done. What was rough for me, because we did have that moment of like death when it was doing that scribble when we came back from outside for just that moment. But it's not about how many hours you stream, I realize. It's about what percent of it is left. When you think that last 20% is right there, that's when it fucks you up, for me. And so
maybe next time we should do, like, since we have a countdown on stream, maybe we should do a count up. Like, it goes from 0 to 12 or something. Maybe that might help. I don't know.
Best would just be like if we could. I mean, I know the timer is very important, but I just don't. It would be cool if we can't see the timer.
And
like make it like a command or something.
Not turn it off, but like hide the stream from us, and so people can announce when time is or something.
Yeah, maybe that might be better.
That might be better.
Another interesting thing that happened during the 12-hour stream was that we got view botted, and I want to talk about that because it's a very weird experience because we didn't put the view bot in. We don't even know how to do that.
I mean, we don't really want it either because I
don't want it at all.
Yeah, because I mean, initially when we did get view botted, it was a very exciting experience because we didn't think it was a view bot. We just thought,
of course,
look, we're doing so well. But in the end, when we found out, it was like, okay. So I mean, in a sense, I think view botting is. I mean, we don't like it just because it is. I mean, it's a lie, technically.
You're not supposed to use it anyways.
You're not supposed to use it in the first place. And the fact that you kind of get your hopes up. It's like this false sense of hope. And it doesn't really show you how well you're progressing or how you're actually doing. Because they're just bots. They're not real people. Those people aren't like future community members who could join Discord. They're just numbers. Just temporary numbers, so...
And it's really confusing for us because I would like to think that we have a pretty active chat. So one of the things that you can tell when you're getting view botted or someone's using a view bot is the view count, what the view numbers and the chat don't match up. Like nobody's talking in chat, but they have a ton of people. But our chat was pretty hype. Like that's kind of like what I really like about our community is we have a lot of talkative people. So it was kind of really hard to tell because we were definitely getting more than usual, right? So there's more people talking. Plus, I would like to think we have a pretty active chat. So I couldn't really tell, and I think knowing that because we got view botted before once on a different stream when we were outside,
but that one was very obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
Chat wasn't super active at that time because it was one of our early streams, I think,
and it just blew up to 200 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But this one seemed pretty gradual.
And
apparently, someone said that it was probably because you have the 12-hour in the name. Because we didn't have a 12-hour tag, but we did have it in our name in the stream title. So I think that's why it caught on. So if anybody's doing a 12-hour stream, watch out for that. But yeah, the thing is, like before we really realized it, and I guess if you're smart or you've been doing this for a while, you would know immediately. But we didn't. And to be honest, it did help, like the motivation, like, oh, like we're doing good. Like, yeah, it might be a little stupid and it wasn't even true, but that's the kind of stuff that's important, and it's like, people might be like, it's not about the viewers, but it's like, if you're getting like 20, 30 people normally, and then, you're doing something really special and views going up, then I think it's a normal reaction to be stoked about that.
Yeah. I think it's natural, for sure.
So it was really interesting because it was very apparent that that was helping us. And usually I don't see the view count. Sometimes I have it off, sometimes I hide it. But that day, I wanted to see how we were doing around the 4th hour. It was around the time we did the Bluest Awards. So, and I was like, holy crap, we're doing good. And then somebody mentioned like, wow, you guys are getting a lot of people. So yeah, it was an interesting experience, I thought. And hopefully it doesn't happen again because, it's not you don't get banned for having a view bot like being used on you, I think, because it's not your fault. But it's just not like it really messes up a lot of the, like you get it's like this roller coaster where you're like stoked for like a second and then you go like dead like afterwards. You feel like, oh, and I'm just being honest. Like it's
It's disappointing.
Yeah,
once you realize it's a view bot.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, okay, then we weren't actually doing that well. I mean, we were doing well, but I meant like we weren't doing that well to the point we had 500 people watching.
Yeah.
So
we just needed to snap out of it because chat is always fun and I never forget about chat, and it's, they're everything. So I don't even care about like let's say a bunch of people come in but none of our regulars are there. Like I would feel sad about that, but I'm just saying, you see the numbers as a human streaming, trying to make it as a streamer, you go, "Oh wow." And then it takes a moment to snap out of it when that realization hits. And I think it's just being honest.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like we'll do anything for the views or anything like that, but it's just that just was something that happened during the stream that I happened to remember, and it was an interesting thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing about speaking of our normal streams, we've actually been doing pretty good.
We have.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good.
We've had an average of 20 to 30 viewers.
Yeah, on our analytics, because this podcast is all about us from the first month that we started streaming, talking about, our growth and, ups and downs, right? And if you've listened to our other episodes, when we plateaued, we talked about that. But yeah, we've been looking at our statistics. We always check that out and see where people are watching from, how long each person, which channels our viewers usually watch and stuff. And yeah, our statistics, our average viewers doubled in the last month. So
yeah,
we're at like 45, 40.
Something like that. I mean, it fluctuates depending on the days, but
yeah,
it's in its 40s, I think, for now. So
it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of numbers on Twitch that you can look at, but we always look at the organic numbers. How many people are coming organically, and we talked about this before, but like the ratio of like where people are finding us is still the same. It's super organic, which means that it's people that are coming either from like Discord, it's people coming from, from the notifications coming through. It's been really cool.
From the browse page.
Yeah.
Which is things like that. So.
Yeah, so it's been really cool. Like, and I have to say, Final Fantasy 14 has really helped us. Kind of, it's Blue. When we recorded this podcast before, Blue mentioned this, and I agree. But this is like our second Bloodborne. We really feel it. Yeah, like it's when we first started streaming Bloodborne, that's when we hit a spike, and that's where we got a lot of people, and we mentioned that all the time. But Final Fantasy 14 has definitely become something that it's just the community, and it really reflects on the community that that's in Final Fantasy 14, because all the random people that we meet are super wholesome in the game, and they're super dedicated too. So it's really nice that we found our second Bloodborne for now, because which means we have to get prepared for when it drops again, or when it plateaus again, and then we just gotta think of something else, So yeah, I think. Do you ever get burned out playing Final Fantasy 14, Blue?
I actually don't, which is surprising because a lot of games, I mean, even though I love a game, there are times when I get kind of not necessarily bored, but I want to take a break from it. Or there are times when it's like, okay, I want to play something else today, like, something new, something refreshing. But I think 14 is probably the only game so far that has kept me interested to the point where I want to log on every day and do like dailies or pick up a new side quest and whatnot. So it's just it has so much content. It's ridiculous. I mean, I haven't even caught up to the point where there's more. I mean, there's certain things I want to do before the expansion, but I don't think I can do them. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's pretty obvious, but yeah.
We have a lot of people that have joined the game since we started. But also, I just want to give a shout out to the people that come hang out on stream and they don't even care about the game. And those people are, you guys know who you are. Like, you guys shit on the game, but you guys are always there, and we feel the love. And even if you don't shit on the game, you're just there. Even if you don't play it, which is like, that is really important to us that you guys still hang out and chill. And I just want to say thank you to those people because that's what, like, on a platform where you're spending, it's not a YouTube video where it's like 5 minutes, but you're spending hours with a stream and these people. And it's like originally, not so much now, there's so many different things, but on a gaming platform where you're watching game streams mainly, and the game that you're playing is a game you're not interested in, and you're still hanging out with us, that's amazing. That's like I I can't understand that. And so um thank you so much. And it's probably because, hopefully because of the community that we've been working so hard for the past year to grow.
It's also very comforting to know that at the end of the day, because I think I've said this before, but at the end of the day, everybody is here for us in the community, not the game. So it doesn't really, I mean, of course, it has the games we play do matter, but at the same time, they will be like there for us, whatever we play. So I could go pick up Slime Rancher for the next week, and I bet everyone will still be there. So
You really like, whenever this kind of topic comes up, you always mention Slime Rancher. You really want to play Slime Rancher,
no,
don't
because
you?
I don't think it's a fun game to watch. Because all I'm doing is collecting slime for my slime ranch, and I don't think
chill.
it's that exciting to watch. Like it's not an exciting game to watch.
It's
So
a
I
chill,
know it's a super chill game,
it's a
and
chill game
so
by nature. Yeah.
and I was told that someone's like kid or their niece or nephew or like their 5-year-old like sibling can play it, and it's totally fine. I don't mind that. Maybe it was made for kids. I don't know. But my point is, I don't think it's as exciting to watch as Sekiro or Final Fantasy. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice to know that everyone's there for us, and even on days when I'm not there, or even when days Gray's not there, you guys are still there for us. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Another thing that happened, I'm trying to remember all the things that happened this past month. We got new emotes,
Yes, we did.
right? We got the blue re gray hype, gray lull.
Gray
Feels
yeah.
yeah,
Feels
gray
blue man.
feels blue man.
Yeah.
And for people that are wondering, someone mentioned this, why it's doubled up on Discord, is that we have a lot of emotes now that, thankfully, with the great artist that, makes awesome emotes for us, that we can't put up on Twitch yet because there's a limitation. So we just throw them on Discord. And all of them are on Discord. And usually what people do is that you'll link your Discord to your Twitch. So the things that you can use as a sub, you can use on Discord, which are emotes. So only subs can use them. But for us, we feel like if you're gonna join the Discord, we'll give you that perk, like, of just using the emotes, because why not? So we actually add it individually to our Discord too. So you don't have to be a sub. If you just join the Discord, you can just use the emotes because it's so cool that we want to share it with people and show it off, So, and hopefully you'll sub not just for the emotes, but just because you want to support us, So I think that's
Even
why.
though I totally support subbing just for the emotes too. Because they're amazing.
Yeah, they're that good. Yeah, I didn't. If it sounded like I was putting the emotes down at all, that's not what I meant. But yeah, it's just been like, that's why when you type in the name, it shows up twice. Like, so if you were ever wondering, that's why. We just want to make it available to anyone that joins our Discord, which is it's probably bad as a streamer because we don't really have many sub perks. We need to start thinking of actual ones.
Well, hopefully we can do more consistent movie nights.
Yeah.
I mean, podcast is one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And what else?
After stream that we don't really do so much that we should start doing again.
Yeah, we need to do that too.
Yeah. This month it was full of stuff. Like, we had the 12-hour stream, the emotes. We actually this is kind of cool. We got to hang out with a streamer off stream. That was the first streamer we hung out with ever off stream. They invited us to go hang out, and it was a good time.
Yeah, we met a lot of like very like-minded people.
Hmm.
Got to know a lot of, I mean, cool people who either, I mean, live in Japan for work or school and whatnot. And I think it was first time we actually networked. So
Yeah, in the most casual way. Like it was, they asked if we want to come drink, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And then it was their mod's birthday, and we thought it was going to be awkward, but everyone was so welcoming. Yeah, it was a great time. Um, not just that person, but we were able to like make friends with other people that live in Japan and stream and speak in English, which is like really cool. Like we don't in I think it was the January podcast we were talking about like we should network more, and but we want to do it naturally and not weird because we suck at that, and we're doing that, or we were giving the opportunity to do that. We didn't like reach out. Like,
yeah, which is, I mean, big for us since we're both very introverted and we're not really good at going out and making new friends and whatnot. So it's very nice.
yeah, it's really nice of them. Hopefully, yeah, it's just been that's like one of the coolest things. Yeah, it's making new friends, and it's not like it's really not. I don't really think of it as networking. It's like he rated us. It was cool. We checked out his stuff, and then we have a lot of similarities that were not just about games and stuff, but just in our personal lives, which is really cool.
Yeah, that one was very. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I had no idea. So stuff like that. So everything just kind of like overlapped, and I think that's the most natural way things should happen. So it's been really cool. What's another thing that happened this month, Blue?
Uh, well, oh yeah, you stream by yourself.
Oh yeah, I had my first IRL stream.
You did, you did. I wasn't feeling too well, so you took everyone out to lunch, right?
It
You
was
had
fun.
what,
Yeah.
spam burger?
I had a
If I
spam
remember?
burger.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That
So
was
how
really
was it?
fun. I was really
Yeah.
scared at first. I was very nervous because like eating out in public with a camera, I'm still not used to it. We try to do more IRLs, but
Mukbang.
yeah, the mukbang streams. I try to get money out of the ATM, drop the phone, so I dropped chat. Uh, it was really weird. I'm okay eating in front of the camera, but um, just I remember being in that burger store, and like there was a ton of people around, and I just put the camera on the table, like with the gimbal, the selfie stick, and I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm just thinking like, I wonder what people are thinking about me, just like laughing my ass off and just like staring at my phone. So that was really interesting. I had a lot of fun. I was nervous at first, but once I got over that initial like kind of self consciousness, it was super fun. I want to do it again for sure. If
Yeah.
our Wi-Fi,
Yeah, if our
yeah.
yeah. We recently got a pocket Wi-Fi because we realized, because I mean, since the beginning, we've been using our cell phone, like 4G, is that what you would call it, like cell phone minutes, to stream and I mean, stream in real life outside. And we realized that it eats up a lot of our data. So
Yeah.
Grace like, hey, we should get a pocket Wi-Fi to use for in real life streams. And I mean,
I mean, we messed up the settings
at first, yeah, we
first.
were streaming at 720, and so it made sense, but it wasn't working very well.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if when we fix it, like the Wi-Fi here has a bit of an issue, especially with like, I think you have to get what was it you're saying? You have to get like a more expensive one.
There's a better
Yeah.
option where there's like in Japan, what they do, this might not just be for Japan, but there's like a 3-day restriction. If you use X amount of gigabytes in 3 days, it slows it down. And for us, it's 10. That was the maximum we could find. And usually it's like 7, but we did 10. And if you stream about 4 hours, you use about like 5 or 6. And it's a lot of it has to do with nobody buys pocket Wi-Fi's for the up times. For the they all they care about is down, right? Because they're just gonna be at home downloading stuff or watching YouTube, or like nobody spends all of that data on on uploading things. 'Cause in streaming would be uploading. So Um, there is a more expensive option where there's no limit, and apparently it's really good. Like it works for a lot of people, but I heard it's like $80 a month, and I can't justify that unless we use that for home internet. But we already have a home internet, and we need that LAN speed when we do, indoor streams. So I can't justify. And our internet bill for our home is $40, um, give or take $40 a month, at home, and our Wi-Fi is $40 per month, and I can't justify doing eight. Right, like over
Yeah.
$100 on internet bills, um, excluding utilities and all that stuff. For us now and how much we IRL, it just didn't make sense to me. So,
Yeah.
um, we'll have to deal with what we got right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it's bearable. Hopefully it's watchable. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys.
Yeah, I've been doing
But
some test runs at home, and like down when I'm just like watching stuff, it's completely fine. It's just like that the up speeds are just not, you know, it's not even on the general specs because they don't care about uptimes. It's all only about the downtimes. So
it's all those mobile games you play on the train.
all
That's
the
all they care
JoJo,
about.
all the JoJo mobile games they care about.
And Diablo?
And yeah, when is that even coming out?
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I haven't kept up with that at all. So we have so we did that. Well, I did my first IRL stream. That was fun. We've been doing a lot more IRL streams, even though, sorry for effing a lot, but we try to keep it. Um, we try to do a lot more IRLs. I think people really enjoy those. We enjoy those. We want to do more for sure. Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier, but we started a new game, right?
Sekiro.
Yeah, we played Sekiro. Or Blue's playing Sekiro. I'm playing it off stream, but let's talk about Sekiro. How's it?
Hmm. It's
Hmm.
it's a love hate relationship in a way. I mean, game wise, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I can safely say that it is one of my favorite Soulsborne games, even though, yes, I have only played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. But out of the three I have played, I can safely say that I really like Sekiro so far. Um, but regarding that, like I guess I mean I do still enjoy the aesthetics of Bloodborne and everything, and I do enjoy the speed of Bloodborne, and I did enjoy Dark Souls 3, even though I said some stuff. But I did enjoy my time with Dark Souls 3. But with Sekiro, it is on a whole different kind of aspect in the sense that I enjoy the game aesthetically as well as the speed of the game and the mechanics. And while how should I put this nicely?
Nicely.
Nicely. No, just I really enjoy playing it. But the thing is, playing it on stream is a whole different thing that I didn't expect after playing Bloodborne and Dark Souls, which is odd because it is the same type of game, and I figured it would be similar in the sense that I'll be struggling through bosses, and there will be spoilers, and there will be backseat gaming and whatnot. But the thing is, with Sekiro, for some odd reason, I'm having a difficult time playing on stream versus playing off stream, even though I know I played some off stream of Dark Souls and off stream of Bloodborne, but I didn't have this much of a drastic difference compared to Sekiro.
What's the biggest difference regarding like streaming for you? Because like from watching it, it's kind of the same. Where it's like Lady Maria, maybe like 2 weeks on Lady Maria, and then you finally do it, and it's like you fume. I can tell you really like the game. That's why you keep going at it, and you really want to beat it, and everyone's cheering you on. But I can feel like that. How do you say? Not just stress, but just that feeling of like, oh my god, it's burning me. Like the boss is burning me. So from my point of view, it's kind of similar, but you said it's a little different for Sekiro.
It's different because I get burnt out so quickly with Sekiro versus Maria, or not Maria, I guess, I mean Bloodborne or Dark Souls. And the biggest thing is because of backseat gaming, which is unfortunate because I know everybody's coming from a good place. Like, I know all they want to do is just help me and kind of well, at least help me to the point where I don't suffer as much as they did, or give me tips so I don't have to go through all the pain and suffering that you do when you play Soulsborne games. But the thing is, I think because of how I think and because of my personality, I tend to take a lot of things negatively. And so when people say like, "Oh, you're supposed to do this," or "You should do this," to me, in my brain, I take it as, "Okay, well, I'm not capable," or these people think I'm not capable of figuring out myself, or I'm not capable of beating this boss without people's help, or else, I mean, there could be people out there who are saying things because they want to prove to me that they are better than me. There might be people like that, but um aside from me, of course, the people in our community I know are not like that, and all what they want to do is to help me, and I know that, and so it is really unfortunate that I can't kind of change my brain to think it in a positive way. But just when people after dying so many times to the same boss and knowing what you're doing wrong and understanding that, I'm at a point where I understand all the mechanics and I know what I'm doing wrong and I know why I'm dying, and the whole point is the fact that I just have to, well, I guess get the timing right and perfect it, and I guess tweak things here and there to get to able to beat it. But at the same time, I think people don't realize that even though I know I understand what I'm doing wrong, I think a lot of people don't think I do. And so when people tell me like, "Oh no, you're doing this wrong," it's like, I know, I've died to this guy like more than 50 times. Like I know what I'm doing wrong. And so it's just, I think it's just this frustration of not being able to beat the boss when everybody is cheering me on, and to the point where people have to give me pointers because they think I'm not getting it kind of thing. So it is really unfortunate because I really do love the game, but I get burnt out so quickly because of the frustrations I have for myself and the frustrations I feel, I guess, during, well, playing.
It's the struggle of a game, of being a streamer, when you stream games like this, because like you said, they're coming from a good place, and whether they're not coming from the same place, or like, even if they are just trying to prove that they're better than you at the game, um there's nothing that's stopping the platform from doing that, and that's just the nature of being on the spot when you play. When you go to your friend's house and you're playing a game, someone's gonna be backseat gaming. Like, it's not only it's just the nature of these things, and it's difficult because it is frustrating, but um, it just happens. Same with spoilers, right? People that unintentionally spoil, the fucking assholes that will just spoil out of nowhere, and like that happened with Sekiro. And I've kind of, I think we had this conversation going into this game, or any new game. We always have this conversation of there's going to be a spoiler. We're going into KH3 too. Like, there's always going to be a spoiler, um, whether it be unintentional or not. And we as a streamer have to be okay with that. Like, we can't just be crying about that all day and being like, but we said that we said that no spoilers, and we have a spoiler. Like, you can't be talking about that, because all you could do is just make it so it's only followers, it's only subs. You can do that, but you don't, because it's a good opportunity for you to get more viewers. And if you do stuff like that, it's hard to get new viewers, right? So you got to get over it at some point. You can't expect the whole internet, and I think we both understand that, you know. Um, but it is, like, it is frustrating when, like, for me, it's like, for spoilers, we're okay with that to a certain point, because we have that conversation. I'm angry for the people that are watching that haven't played the game yet, or that are playing with us, and I don't think they deserve, the people that are watching with us don't deserve some fucking dumb shit asshole to come in, and just for that momentarily, like, 5 seconds of attention before I ban him, to just ruin the ending of a game, that people have been looking forward to for years. we're okay with it to a certain point, but nobody in chat should have to deal with that. And that's what pisses me off the most about, and this isn't about backseat gaming, I'm talking about just spoilers, but I get so angry for like, oh, who cares about us? Like, we get it. Like, we're putting ourselves out there, but don't do it for the other fellow people that are looking forward to this game, because it's not like we're getting the game a year later or 2 years later after everyone's already experienced it. You know, it's a new experience for everybody. You know, and that's what pisses me off is like, and of course, that's something that we can't stop. We know, and you could be like, viewers have to be careful. Like, why do you have to be scared to go watch a stream? Like, that's so stupid. Like, and it's there's no real solve for it. The only way we can solve it is, you know, people to grow the fuck up, or like
Stop trolling people.
like
But
yeah,
there's gonna be people out there. There's always gonna be people out there who find joy in ruining stuff for people.
because
So
yeah,
because
because
the
that's
need for attention. So it's
exactly.
something. Honestly, like I don't think it's something we can avoid. Like even
Yeah.
with future games, not just Sekiro. I think it's just something people just enjoy doing, and I don't get it, but
Yeah.
it's just I don't think we can avoid it, especially over on the internet. So
And like I feel terrible too, because like I if anybody knows our chat, like I read everything, mostly everything, unless I think it's like too stupid or something, and I just skip past it, or I just don't see it. On the rare occasion, but I read it out because it's usually a user that I don't recognize, and unless it's like a super troll name, that's a new viewer, and to me, I latch onto that and I'll read it out, and it's an incoherent sentence because I don't know the game. It's just a random sentence with characters that I don't know who are there doing things that are just almost like maybe it's just a Japanese question, question about Japan, or a comment about Japan, especially with this game. So I don't know that it's a spoiler. And then as soon as I read it, I go, ah, shit. Right. And it's like, yeah, I could have the ability to like read it first in my head and then read it out. But usually I just read it out as soon as I see it, just so I can react, because I don't know how fast somebody's in the chat if they're new. They could just say something and leave. Or like they're just like, oh, they're not responding, because there could be a delay in the stream with us and them. So it might seem like we're not reading it for ages. So all that stuff combined, I try to read it as fast as I can. And then it happened with Sekiro. I read something and everyone's like, oh, fuck. Like, that was, as soon as I read it, I was like, it clicked in my head and I was like, oh, this is what this guy's doing. And I banned him, of course, but it was too late, you know? And it was almost like I made it even worse by reading it out. And it was just like, it's those kind of people that bother me about new games. It makes people not want to stream new games.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, it's terrible. It's straight up objectively terrible. And this is not about backseat gaming. And I'm not giving these guys any sympathy, but yeah, that sucks. For what I'm trying to say is, it sucks for the people watching because they don't deserve it. You know, in a way, we deserve it. In a way, like, I know that people should be able to play spoiler free, but we gotta be head level and be realistic about these things.
I mean, it's gone to the point where I'm afraid to stream it when it's just about myself, because there's nobody there who can catch it if I'm in a boss and someone decides to spoil it. Because like, if there's no Moz there and Gray's not here, then and I'm in a boss, like I can't catch it as fast.
Yeah.
So it's to the point where I have to pick and choose when to play Sekiro.
Yeah. And with the backseat gaming thing, it's that's the hardest, because they're just trying to help.
Yeah.
And it's, for us, it's pretty cool because, in a way, in the sense that chat does become more active, because a lot of people are already experienced in the game, so they'll have a conversation about that.
Yeah.
And so we always like that, the fact that there's conversation going on. But I can totally see why. That's why we always have that conversation when we play Sekiro or Bloodborne, is when you're in a boss fight, ignore everything on chat and I'll just take care of everything, and just ignore it. But you already have that streamer sense, so you'll always be looking, unless you.
Yeah, I'm always looking, because I mean, I stream by myself once a week, right? So it's just like I think it's to the point where I naturally multitask. Like I naturally, without even thinking, I look at chat and then game, chat and then game. And so if I see a moment of a pause in the game where I can take my eyes away, I look at chat. Like that's where it goes default. So it's getting harder to do that now. And I think that's probably also the reason why I'm having so much difficulty with Sekiro is I can't like it's hard for me to just focus on a boss. Cause even mid boss, I catch myself looking at chat. It's like, oh shit, I should not be looking away. But it's like, there I am looking at chat.
Yep.
So
And that one moment will kill you. And it's all about like kind of like I always said when I hit Lady Butterfly, I was telling you it's the dance, you know, and it's you got to do they want you to do the chambara dance, right? So it's if you get off rhythm, and I think this is, um, I think Ace was talking about, they're all the like Dark Souls bosses, they all have a rhythm to them, right? And that's what's throws you off when you get off rhythm, and it's as much as I think you like the game, and we're saying all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you're still going to be playing it. I'm going to be playing it. You're going to stream it, and people are going to be cheering you on. It's a good game. It's a fun game, and it's just imagine that last boss, being that last boss and being like, yes, I did it, and everybody, and these are the people that maybe these people that are unintentionally backseat gaming are going to cheer for you the hardest because they actually want you to beat the game.
right.
Maybe, but not to put down anyone that doesn't backseat game, they'll cheer hard too, but I'm just saying. So it's this difficult thing, and I can really tell sitting next to you watching the screen, watching you, is that, and this happened with Bloodborne too, is that it's a very difficult game to stream, I think. Type of game to stream with the dynamic of streams that we have, where we just don't like
Especially if it's
interaction is really important.
Yeah, and especially if it's a first playthrough too. Because, I mean, if I was to go back and do NG plus a Bloodborne, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. Because I know how to beat the boss already. So even if someone backseat games or if someone if someone backseat games, I'd be like, okay, yeah, well, thank you. But, like I've already beaten before. So I have that confidence already in there. It's just starting a new game, not knowing anything, and then getting flooded with, advice is very, very difficult because I haven't had the opportunity to figure it out myself, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think you'll power through it at the end of the day. If you decide to not stream it, it's totally fine.
No,
but
I'll stream it. I think I need to. So
I think I need to.
I need to.
Yeah.
So.
And I think you'd be like I'll be so hyped too. But if it's too stressful, then
No. But, I mean, I don't want another one of you didn't stream killing Ludwig, so you got to stream that. Like I don't know. I'll be all the bosses on stream.
Yeah, but all in all, our stream's been doing actually really good. It's been really great. We talked a lot about Sekiro, but I think all in all, our stream's doing great from last month. It's getting better and better and better, all thanks to you guys. We have some stuff that we can't announce yet. Hopefully, we can announce it soon. Some exciting stuff. We got some new merch that we got. So if you guys watched us a couple weeks ago, we got some samples of some stuff. We fixed it up. Hopefully we can make it go live sometime this week. We got movie night for subs coming up. We haven't done that in like 4 months, so we're stoked for that. Some new stuff, yeah. Is there anything you're looking forward to in the next month, Blue?
We do have our 1 year anniversary coming up. So like stream anniversary coming up. So I would like to plan something for that.
If you guys have any ideas for the stream anniversary, let us know.
And we're also working on a couple new things, I guess, design wise for stream, like the bits.
We got some bit badges.
Bit badges that we didn't know you could customize.
Nope.
So we'll be working on that. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
And then we got some sub badges because they added the 9 month. So right now the 1 year badge is the 9 month. So we need to think of a new. We're in the process of thinking of new badges for 1 year and then on, I guess. So
we'll have some new badges up hopefully by next month.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But stream wise, I think you'll still like kind of we'll be rolling with this. What we're doing, we're having a really good time. If you, it's a very different mood than I'd say maybe 2 months ago on the podcast. We're feeling very different vibes because we were kind of lost. And I'm not. This is going up, but just like Bloodborne, there's going to be a time when we plateau, or maybe people just stop watching for a bit. So it's always a roller coaster in that sense. But I think right now we're doing okay. So
I think so too.
hopefully you guys still stick with us in the upcoming months.
Please stay with us.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much. If you guys listen to the very end, thank you guys so much for listening to the band podcast. We'll see you guys next month. Take care.